Hello, brother teacher here. Uh, Real simple way to save money for those of you who don't already have a savings plan in force, as it were, or just simply haven't taken the time to save. Saving is integral. It is very, very necessary in your life because as we age, the demands of life become greater to us. And sometimes people depend on a 401k or a retirement plan, a pension plan from their particular or respective jobs, and it might fall through. What if you lose your health and you're not able to work anymore? Anything can happen, and you have to look at your life and approach things in exactly that manner. Anything can happen. So here's what I propose. Uh, Robert Kiyosaki of the Rich Dad, Poor Dad fame and book has a three piggy bank method. Hence, these three pigs here. Now, mind you, these are small and these are just for example purposes for the most part. You can have a larger pig that has a stopper that you can take the money out of eventually, or you can have mason jars with lids or any other similar type of savings item or system. So the first thing you want to do is to remember that there's three things or three components that should be included in your savings uh, initiative, if you will. The first one is the bank that says savings. This is the bank you never spend out of. You never make an excuse and say, I'm going to go and get some money out of that bank because this came up or that came up. No, that's the wrong way to approach it. This is me telling you this now. If you have a need to take care of one of those unexpected expenses, then you should have a separate system for that. You can have as many saving systems as you want, but these key three banks right here are for the specific system. And again, I began. The first bank should say savings. Okay, this is the money that I save and never touch. The second bank is the money that I can spend on investing, on lottery, on the casino, gambling, whatever your heart's desire. If somewhere down the line you say, well, I want to save this money here, so I can put it in a certificate of deposit or open up a Roth IRA or what have you. You can do anything that you want to with this particular bank right here. Okay, flip that back around. And thirdly and lastly is this one here. That's charity. This is what you give back to the community. This is what you give back to people who are less fortunate than you are. Now, a lot of times we want to consider ourselves the least fortunate, but that's really not always the case. There's a lot of times you see people on the street panhandling, Vietnam veterans, people who have been displaced from their homes in situations like this, or even AAA, not AAA, but Alcoholics Anonymous, you know what I'm saying? You have Alzheimer's Association, which I have given to before, and there's various other charities that you can choose to give to. So you want to give back because you're blessed when you give back. Please remember that. So again, when we fill these banks up to capacity, you remove the money from the savings, for example. You take all of the money out and you get your small safe. You get your record book. You write the date down and the amount that's in here. Let's say there's $100 in this bank. I write $100 down on whatever that particular day is. And I close the book up and put it away. And I start this bank all over again at the point that it's already been full. Same thing with investment. Once the investment bank has been full, I open it up. I take all of the contents out. I count it. I put it in a record book. And if at that particular time I decide that I want to invest any portion of that money or all of that money into anything, I can do that. Or if I just want to go and buy me something or buy you something, you can do that as well. But we want to try to leverage this money right here for the most part to try to garner us something in addition to our regular savings. So, for example, you might go to the casino and you take 50 bucks out of it, which you can because it's yours and you're the one who's creating the system. So you go to the casino, if you win, say, wow, I won some money, and then you can decide what to do with the money that you received. Now, if you lose, no harm, no foul. That's what the money was for in the first place. It was to take a chance with. And lastly, your charity. You want to always make sure that you give back to someone, because I believe in the law of attraction. I believe firmly in karma. I believe that what we do in the world, we receive back. You should always try to give to someone who is very much less or less fortunate than you are, because there's many people who are less fortunate than we are, who are oppressed, who are recessed, who are depressed. They have situations that oftentimes that were beyond their control, and they need some help. So whatever you choose to use that for or leverage it for, organization or individuals or even your family members, if someone's not doing too well, you can use it for that. But the most important lesson that I want to give to you today is not so much how much to save. It is to develop the habit and just do it. Once you develop the habit, and it takes approximately 21 days to develop a habit, once you get used to doing this, you will always look forward to saving. So if you can't put $1 in a bank a day or $1 in a bank a week, and you can put $5 in, it's up to you. It's entirely based on what your income is. You be the judge of that. Someone told me in one of my seminars not too long ago, well, I can't put $1 away a day in all three banks. Let me say I can probably put a quarter or 50 cents. That's good because he's in college, you know, and he's working a part-time job and things like this. That's understood. You know, you're not being forced to do anything. You're just being encouraged to think about your future. Anyway, this is Grandmaster Stroud, Brother Teacher Reginald. That is this segment of this particular video. I hope it was of some value to you. And please remember to develop the habit of saving, because in the long run, it's going to save you. So long.